All right, let's get this going. So, last time we played, we made it down to this spot in Terra 2 where they seem to be looking into the local dinosaur population, apparently trying to find uses for them, new products and stuff. Mostly, however, they've just been discovering lots of new ways to be eaten by angry alien dinosaurs. Yeah, I was done with this building. We couldn't rescue that one guy yet, but it doesn't seem possible. We'll see if we can get back to him later. Let's see. Let's get the map up. Yeah, we want to continue down the road. Two buildings to check. Okay, we don't need to worry about that. Looks like there's some outlaws down there. Oh yeah, take this, because this will let me...
What was that?
Oh shit, it ran. Okay. This thing hits like a... What is the DPS on this stupid thing? 133? Okay, that's why. The shock cannon's about the same range, but it's nowhere near as good. You know what? Let's go ahead and swap for that because it's a little better. Okay, then.
Mysterious doors are the funnest sorts of doors.
After you.
Is there anything up here I can grab before I go into the bunker? Looks to be about it. All right, down we go.
Smells like they gotta back up somewheres. Maybe even a fatberg. Oh, nasty.
What was that? Oh, I see that. So they want me to go this way, but... Yeah, Raptidons, that's what we were... Hello. Raptidons, that's what we were dealing with. Hi, buddy. You know what? They have to get relatively close, so let's pull melee out for a bit. Label on the canister states Anticleo's Raptigon is guaranteed to render even the largest Raptidon unconscious for no less than 6 hours, and has a refreshing antiseptic smell. Should a method for gas dispersal be found, this canister may prove very useful. You want to bet I'm not going to find it until I pretty much killed every last Raptidon in this place. You know what? There anything interesting here? Couple months. Ammo if I feel like I really need it. No, wait, that's leading me out to the other building. I don't need to go there right now. Oh, right. I want to go the other way. And things have been going a lot easier compared to the beginning when I had virtually nothing to work with. Ah, another canister. I'm guessing they want me to sedate the really big guy in there. Sorry, laboratories, properties, Anticleo. Anticleo, the contractually obligated only choice. I love how screwed up the slogans in this game get. Hey, let's check the messages. Raptidon sedative. Hans, I have good news and I have bad news. The bad news is that we've got a sprat problem. Thanks to all the little monsters chewing on our wires, our ventilation system is temporarily offline. If your Raptidons are cranky, you'll need to sedate them manually. Bring a few canisters of sedative in, hook it up to the auxiliary terminal in the main research chamber. The good news is that my Hephaestus hammers clobbered your Rizzo's Rangers. Would you care for some Anticleo's replicate pasta sauce with your humble pie? Rowan. Hans, please explain the unmitigated disaster I'm currently holding in my hand. I have no form approving the relocation of our Raptidon mother to the main hall. I have here a form approving the relocation of our Raptidon mother to the main hall. A form signed by you. First of all, the structural integrity of our Raptidon tanks are not nearly sufficient to contain an enraged Raptidon mother. Secondly, Raptidons are notoriously territorial and extremely protective of their young. Please stop me if I'm using too many numbers for you. I know you have a problem with basic arithmetic, seeing how you don't seem to realize that Raptidon mother plus Raptidon tank equals murder. Respectfully yours, Gale. Mom, is that you? Yeah, that might be the mother. We're not going down there unless we really have to. Because I'm thinking we're going to want to sedate that.
Hey! You! Over here!
Oh, hi there.
Oh, good. You're not shooting at me. That's a start. It's been a bit of a day, so I'll get to the point. Yes, I have Crane's research. No, I'm not giving it back. Sorry to disappoint you.
You know what? I've never met a Crane. Don't know what you're talking
I
about.
suppose it does not matter. Either Crane sent you, or you are some scavenger come to rob me in my moment of weakness. Let's make a deal. I'd like to go on living. You'd probably like to make some money. Help me get out of here, and I will pay you for your trouble.
This is honestly true. I could just shoot you through these bars, but no. Why are you down here?
Same reason you are, more than likely. I imagine we picked up the same tip. Secret research facility, abandoned town, minimal security.
No, I'm tracking down a distress call.
Crane actually sent out a cry for help? Oh, the poor bastard. Seeing his life's work snatched from him must be like losing a child.
You're gonna turn on me the moment our dealings are done. So tell me, wait, what do you have against it anyway?
Crane is the man who runs this lab. Probably gone around the bend fretting over his beloved research. Not that there's anything lovable about diet toothpaste.
Did you say diet toothpaste?
Diet toothpaste. Can you imagine a more pernicious example of corporate materialism? I do not know what is worse. Working here, or dying here.
I'm gonna be the smart. I'm glad you're finding time for soul searching, what with being moments away from death.
And I am glad you have the luxury of sarcasm. Whereas I have been made to spend my day listening to my crew die to corporate guns and hungry rats. This job was not supposed to end with me stuck in some wretched lab smelling like rats. So I would be very much obliged if you gave me a break.
Tell me what you need.
The first thing I need is a key card to unlock my door. Then I'd need you to clear me a path out of here. There are 2 ways out. The quickest is through the front door, but Clio security's bottled up in there. If you don't want to shoot them, I suppose you could talk to them. The other way out is through the loading bay, but you'd have to clear out the rafts for me. Then I could just slip out the back, sight unseen.
And don't worry, he might run off of his research. Call it cretins.
So you lied about not knowing Crane. I suppose I do not blame you.
It was free XP.
We liberated that research. We did not steal it. And yes, a few scientists were caught in the crossfire.
Why would you do something like this?
This lab is a prison, not a place of work. Those men were not scientists. They were indentured laborers. We liberated them. They should be thanking us.
Hard to thank someone who did. They were people. You ruined their livelihood and killed not a few of them.
All wars have casualties. I regret taking a life, but we were doing them a mercy. Better to die than live in a state of slavery.
As long as you're not the one that dies, right? Anyway, all this talk of freedom and liberation, but, you're stuck down here without my help.
We are all of us trapped. You, me, the scientists. This is not a colony. It is a slave camp. Yes, we raided the lab, shot some guards, killed a few scientists in the crossfire, but it was all for a higher cause.
Alright, I'll help you out.
You might be the first stroke of luck I've had all day. Thank you. I'm in your debt.
This is good. I'm doing this because I decided I'm doing an anti-board run,
my
so
chagrin, not going anywhere.
anything that lets me screw up a megacorp, I'm all for right now. This looks
Reminds me of
interesting.
medical school.
I'm grabbing all this random junk. I have no idea what any of it. What was that prod I just grabbed? This looks potentially fun. No. Oh, there's an Arcane of the Sedative. Gonna need that. Experiment in progress, 98%. Auto pause engage. Please enter confirmation to complete extraction process. Let's see. User Cortez B. So far, the musk extraction is coming along nicely. Pressure levels seem to be staying even, and variance in the sample seem to be at an acceptable tolerance. I thought these wraps smelt bad on the outside. Now they're cut open, everyone is likely to avoid my lab for the rest of the day while I finish this up. Wait a sec, there's some kind of commotion going on outside the hall. Alarm just started going off. Must be in our damn security system check. Let me go see what's going on. That's probably the point where he gets mauled by wraps. If I had the science for it, I could recalibrate, but... Well, we just purged it. Not quite sure that's what I was supposed to do, but whatever. Where'd you go? So, turns out this thing does another number on robots. Like all three. Yeah, it's obsidian if I'm not actually, you know what? Let me go check that for you real quick. Excuse me, gonna tab out. Yeah, it's obsidian. Same guys who did New Vegas if I'm not mistaken. And it's not exactly the same. But yeah, if you've played Fallout 3 New Vegas, it's somewhat similar.
Move along.
So they're not interested in straight up murdering me. That's a change. And they're fine with me just going around nicking everything. Always fun. I mean, mechanically, it's kind of a spiritual successor. Story-wise, nah. Interstellar corporate dystopia, not a blasted wasteland. Also, hi, how are ya? It's just, okay, this is where I was earlier.
I don't have time for this.
Did I go here earlier? Kinda.
Mind if I grab a few souvenirs?
I mean, I'm already looting the place. This looks useful. All personnel, please report to assigned workstations. Report suspicious activity to the nearest site safety engineer. Patients who buy Auntie Cleo should have children who buy Auntie Cleo. Orson, you assured me the new lunch rations are harmless, but I've experienced an unexpected flood of symptoms. I've logged a regular seepage every afternoon between 1423 and 1443. Please find what I consider evidence deposited in your mail. Did you poop in his mailbox? They were testing something they took from the wraps and putting it in the rations. It takes very little to make it do. Any little bit does horrible things to people. It doesn't take much to kill someone with this. Orson, I took our auto mechanical parts back. I catch you swiping from maintenance again, I'll slap you down so hard they'll feel it in Byzantium. We got enough problems keeping them contraptions running. Hey, Orson, if you're up to it, there should be a batch of concentrated distillate available tonight. Meet me outside the gate at 17. Try distillate. That booze? You know what? This is kind of a stupid idea, but with them not really doing anything, let's save and... Hiya, buddy! Who's left? Wait, here, get the prod.
Time for a drink? Make him regret it.
I'm starting to wonder if I should have done melee instead of guns, because I'm not even really trained for melee, and this thing already packs a wallop. Couldn't go into that one. Oh, corpse.
You damn turncoat. We saw everything. You must think me a fool. I was watching on the security cameras. You got downright friendly with the outlaw leader. I reckon we got nothing to say to each other. You best back yourself out of here. Nice and slow.
Ease off the trigger. Hear me out.
You got 1 minute. Starting now.
I persuade. I convinced Cassandra to let you leave in peace. The lab's a wreck. The staff's half dead.
You convinced her to let us leave in peace. Listing the ills we've been done ain't exactly putting me in a mind to compromise.
I can't change what's done. I can't change what's happened from here. Just walk out.
Think it's that easy, huh? You fly in with your fancy ship, say a few words, and everyone gets a happy ending?
Cassandra can't win. You can't win. Why throw more lives away?
I let them walk. Doc Crane will be so far up my ass, everything will smell of flop sweat. I reckon I don't see any better solution. Fine, damn it. We'll pull out. Here, my key card. It'll get you access to the whole place. Full stakes, people. We're heading back to town.
Actually, it looks like we can cut through here. Okay. And that's barred. What the hell was that sound?
I would ask what was on your mind, but the answer is obviously me.
Oh, I got some
Ask
questions.
away. I have got nothing but time.
What do you intend to do with this research?
Sell it, of course. I don't have any use for the scribblings of idiotic scientists, but whoever gave me this tip obviously does. Assuming I make it out of this place alive. And with my ship out of commission, I'll have to leave on foot and hope my luck changes. One problem at a time, I suppose.
Why would you and your crew raid an Auntie Cleo facility?
No one asks why anymore. The establishment tells us to live here, work there, eat that, drink this. All our choices are made for us, so we forget we ever had a choice. I am doing this because I can. Because it thrills me. Because I take a deep and profound pleasure from stabbing at the heart of corporate power, no matter how shallow the wound.
Now I'll be back. Hmm. Some way for me to get in there? No. Looks like I missed something when I doubled back. Okay, I think I know where I'm going now. Okay, up here. Okay, something wild's going on outside. Let's take a look. Hmm. Okay, I had the wrong quest highlighted. That explains it. That one's barred, so I can't go that way. Oh, right. This might be... Nope. Now I can't run anymore. Hmm. Okay, looks like we gotta go say hi to Mom.
Oh, look at how big she is. Wow.
Incoming!
Okay. Why haven't they stopped yet? Nope. Okay, let's try that again. And let's see. Really, what happens if I break these things down? Ooh, weapon parts. Okay, let's... break down some of this cheap stuff until I'm under...
Here they come!
Right, okay. Now I can run around, hit this thing, and I'll probably put everyone to sleep. Yeah, I missed the button, so if I go over here... Cannot use well in combat. Why, thank you. Here. Get rid of the small one so I'm not directly fighting anymore. Who's shooting at me? Yeah, okay, gotta try this again. It looks like you need to sneak around, which I can't do. Reload this. There you go.
Oh, look at how big she is. Wow. We're not going in there, are we?
We're going in there. Get rid of the little guy so they leave you the hell alone. Hide out of reach for a moment.
Time for a drink?
There we go. Oh, no worries. Let's just vent. If there's anyone else, if it does the whole facility, that'll be nice. Ventilation activated. Please inform any employees currently in the chamber that Auntie Cleo's accidental death and dismemberment policy does not cover gas-induced brain damage. So let's see. I have good news, I have bad news. The bad news is we got a spread. Yeah, okay. This is the same stuff from earlier. Also, I leveled, so that's always nice. There we go. These things reload faster now. Actually, now that I think about it, do I still have a plasma rifle on hand? Let's take that instead. The shock cannon I'll probably want to put into storage at some point. Oop. Out of space again, no problem. We'll also want to sell a bunch of this stuff off later. That's Raptidon poop.
I would ask what was on your mind, but the answer is obviously me.
I'll be back. Weird. Okay, I gotta unlock her door somehow. So that way's barred, and that seems to be the only way around. No, I can't go that way. Yeah, let's get rid of more stuff. Feels like I'm missing something somewhere, but I don't know what it is. Looks like there's another way in if I go up this way. Oh, here we go. How did I not notice that door before now? Hmm. Oh. So what happens if I hit you? They wake up, but they can't really fight now, so it's... It's basically easy XP.
That's the last of them.
Okay. Alright.
Finally. I've never been so pleased at the sight of an open door. Please tell me you've cleared a way out of here.
I cleared both paths out of here. Don't make me regret it.
So you have. I am much obliged. And now, if you do not mind, I have had quite enough of this wretched place.
You know what? I didn't save your life for free.
Good. I never trust a freelancer who works for free.
I'll do it. Come on, throw in a little something for the orphans.
Orphans. Is that what you are calling yourself now? Here. Let it never be said that I do not reward good work.
And keep the research because it screws up the boards. Overloaded again. Just break down another weapon. There we go. That's the door that was barred earlier. Okay, I don't have fast travel while encumbered, which means I'll just have to break down another one. Let's set this back to passage to anywhere. Jameson I still need to get, though I don't know how to deal with him just yet. Actually, now that I think about it. Maybe that keycard I had works here, too. Not what I meant to do. It must be up here. Oh, we opened up and, yeah, so he kinda died while I was busy. Oh well. I guess if you can't, I guess they just kill him if you can't save him when you first find him.
Damn right we left the lab. What's left there that's worth dying for?
You let them get away. Worthless, the lot of you.
Well, you get what you pay for, don't you?
Oh, it's you.
Hi!
As if my thoughts weren't dark enough already. What is it?
Screw you, pal. I have unfortunate news. Your associate is dead.
Jameson. I didn't do right by him, did I? Only cared about how he helped or hurt my research.
You really didn't care about him all, though, did you? It's all about your ambition.
You understand nothing. Me least of all.
Suppose it's none of my business. Cleo's a little mad at me now.
Oh, it's you. As if my thoughts weren't dark enough already. What is it?
Your co-workers have been doing some off-the-book experimenting.
Oh, really? Who?
Orson's been modifying some sort of weapon to use on the Raptidons.
Orson? Good. It will keep him from wasting my time. Sounds like he might actually be doing something useful for once.
What else are we going? So, looks like I don't have to say anything about my letting the research get away. Guess we can look for the hammer while we're down here. Actually, Vaughn near here? Yeah, let's have a chat with him before I head out again.
Any news? On that thing we spoke about? You know, that thing?
I found your experiment.
Don't keep me in suspense. Did you get my stuff? I mean, not mine. It's for other parties. Buyers.
About that. Oh, wait. I'll just lie. The place was trash. Trash. There was Raptidons all over.
Damn. I bet the outlaws shot it for kicks. At least the short circuit would have let some Raptidons out. Revenge. Kinda.
Oh, if you only knew. Hold up. Why did the Raptidons get out? That didn't make any sense.
I siphoned power from the pods to keep Dr. Crane from catching on. I'm no electrician. Every time I plugged it in, the locks would open.
That nearly got me killed.
Well, it's not like I expected this to happen.
Alright, so... Lie, let me smooth over that little thing I just did. Don't want to passage anywhere just yet. Yeah, we do Vulcan's hammer, and then we're pretty much done here. Alright, this is that plasma rifle I had. Actually, it just occurred to me, we should make a manual save now. It's been a little bit, and I'm about to move into something dangerous. Hi, buddy! Take a hit, take a hit. Ah, there's the problem. Don't mind if I do. I'm not going to take any of this. Actually, now that I think about it, I probably have a lot of... You know, let's just recycle a bunch of this stuff. Okay. Let's see. Actually, health per kill sounds handy. I'll probably do the consumable weight and pack of pack mules.
We didn't have many trees in Edgewater. Seems a shame to cut them down.
Thank God I got a lot of healing items. Nope, no good. Let's break down a lot of stuff to get some space back. There we go.
We didn't have many trees in Edgewater. Seems a shame to cut them down.
Jerk. Yeah, something's knocked everything down a stat point. There we go. It wears off eventually. Okay, let's repair everyone real quick. Actually save. Then walk into the death trap. How's this thing do?
They're in my sights. Down they go.
Well, that's fun.
Nice one.
Okay. Take health per kill. There we go.
Makes you wonder about their labs.
Hmm. Looks like I gotta head further downstairs. Looks like I'm not doing this right now. Why are you all out here? No, really, where the hell did you lot come from?
Make him regret it.
Make some space. All right, because I can intimidate people. That's a good heal. I'd rather not. Okay, that's that awkward mess sorted out. I think for now here we're done on this. Let's go back to the groundbreaker. I'll start a grenade launcher for now. And a mace. Store the shock cannon like we said we would. The weapon prototype. We don't know how to get through just yet. Take these two for the better hacking skill. Wrong button. Let's not be swarming with marauders when I get there. No, what's this? If you need to get in the armory and don't have the code, ask me. If I'm not around, check the front desk at Auntie's Biotics Lab. We can check the Biotics Lab. Also, I just realized its name is Auntie Biotics. It's a pun. It's terrible. Keep up the good work. Okay, I can hack this. Door unlocked. As is protocol, unauthorized entry will be marked in Site Supervisor Crane A's records. Okay. We need a new code for the armory lock over in the storage facility. Make it complicated so Orson can't sneak in there again. And do not write it down this time. Use your brains, Porter. How about, in this order, the month of your birthday, 1. How many security rotations do we have per hour? 2. Number of accidents we had this month involving that damn culture processor? 3. The maximum volume in milliliters of Raptidon stomach acid a human being can ingest before we consider it lethal. 4. And you technically just wrote it down. Oh my god, the password is 1234. It's like what a guy puts on his luggage. Sounds fine, thanks. Oh, this is gloriously stupid. This is stupid and I love it. Right. Let's go find us a hammer. Or the schematics for it. Please don't be swarming with marauders again. Thank you. Oh, hey, I found the acid steeper. Armory logs. Force logs this synchrotron pistol? I can't even pronounce that. Status functional. Untrained personnel must attend safety seminar S-023 before using. As a seminar officer is not currently available, recommend permanent secure storage. Current ammunition counts. Error. Ammunition entries not found. Please contact Volkova M and request that ammunition entries be updated as soon as possible in order to maintain our stock for security personnel. It's a good bit of extra ammo. Yeah, we'll take it. Seems like an upgrade to the one we're carrying right now.
It's got to be in here. Somewhere in all this disorder and chaos, waiting to be salvaged.
Maintenance logs. Week 1. 06's patrol route passed too close to the experimental subject pens. Now there's a rap spitting gunk. Rather, there's rap spit gunking up the servos in its gun arm. We don't have a replacement arm, so guess we disassembled this one for parts. At least 12 and 17 are still working. Someone tried to disable the mandatory consumer broadcast on 17. The thing got stuck in maximum volume mode until we reset it. Yeah, well. Ah! Excuse me, a cat came out of hiding. I'm going to see if he wants out of my room. Okay, little guy, let's go. Yeah, okay, you're at the door. I see that. Go, be free. He was hiding under my bed for the past hour or two. I have no idea what he's doing down there. 12 had a serious malfunction today. Porter accidentally tripped one of the sensors inside the wall, so the blasted unit thought everyone was an intruder and just started shooting. We shut it down for now, but we requested new behavior modules from HQ for the rest of the units. Week 4. No response on the behavior modules. For the time being, we'll have to hope nobody blows up a wall.
System alert.
Hi, buddy.
Here they come.
This thing's great for beating up bots. Actually, I could use that for tech skills instead. Hmm. Force pistol schematics. Detailed drawings of an advanced pistol. Revisions and comments are scrawled across the image in mostly illegible writing, except for the name Orson Shaw scribbled in the corner. Schematic depicts a Lugish synchrotron pistol from a brand named Force, which is not native to Halcyon Colony. It's unclear if the plan's what a... I can't even pronounce that does. They're almost certainly contraband. Okay.
Why do you seem familiar? Have we met?
No, who are you again?
I am Orson Shaw, Chief Behavior... Wait. Yes, I'm quite sure we've met. My apologies. Have you retrieved my schematics yet?
Got him right here.
What a relief. You hold months of work in your hands.
Hold on. Force weapons are contraband. Why didn't you turn this in when you found it?
Anton would have just given them to Porter without a second thought. What a waste of potential that
Excuse
would
me,
have been.
water. We'll do intimidate. And what's your secrecy worth, I wonder?
I see. A proper shakedown. I might have known not to trust a common thug. So be it. I'll buy them off of you.
Okay, deal.
Much obliged. Here are your bits. Now, let's see here. Attach this, twist that, apply a little pressure, and voila! I can finally call this little side project complete. Thank the law. Oh. I can't be caught with this. You take it. If R&D buys the schematics from me, perhaps I'll get you the first model, hot off the presses. I'll, call you? Yes, I'll call you.
Interesting. It's a handgun. According to this, this scary and powerful handgun is standard issue for Earth Victoriate soldiers and is made by the weapons conglomerate Force, who owns their own colony in the Septerra system. Oh, that makes up for the drop I took earlier. Anyway, that means now we're pretty much done here. We got to go back to Groundbreaker.
The Groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark. The repair station is currently idle.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, okay, I forgot. We should go do that real... Where the hell did my ship go? There it is. Because we have... This might unlock a new companion. Let's get it done. Let's install the steeper. A rumbling vibrates from the unit's chassis.
Dust accumulation analysis. 2.5 years.
I'm getting vague memories of Yes Man from New Vegas. Good work, Sam.
Thank you. Customer, warning! Raptidon claws carry bacteria and have the potential to cause organic death due to massive amounts of blood loss. Service cancellation request processing.
So, where did you come from?
All SAM units travel fully assembled in a 12x12 corrugated steel box.
What do you say, Sam? You want to help me clean up this colony?
Not stubborn stains. Leave them for Sam.
Welcome to the crew.
SAM units live to clean and clean to live.
So, we own a robot now. Okay. We gotta take. I just remembered I might have enough stuff to do that one quest for him. But first, let's say hi to the aunt.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch, Sugar Gel Flakes, and Purple Berry flavored Power Nuggets. Now with 12%
Sup?
Have you had a moment to look into that little opportunity I told you about on Roseway? You don't hurry up. Someone will get to snooping around there before you do.
I investigated the distress signal from Roseway.
What's that? Speak up now.
About those secrets you asked me to look for.
What'd you turn up?
Found a prototype weapon schematic from Force, but I lost it.
Bless your slippery little fingers. Isn't that just a shame? Prototype schematics go for a fair handful of bits around here.
Found a toothpaste formula, but then I unfound it.
Well, that's just swell, sweetheart. Good for you.
Honestly, it's probably best I lost that stupid idea. I acquired some research on a Raptidon musk, but I found another buyer.
A shame you didn't visit old Gladys first. That would have fetched a good price. I may have thrown in a batch of my famous sugar cookies just to sweeten the deal. If Auntie Cleo's exporting wraps from Monarch, golly me, someone's going to be in the soup when they get caught.
I think that's it.
Darnation. It sounded like a gold mine, but maybe that's just my old hopes getting in the way. I suppose it can't be helped. Law bless you for doing the legwork, sweetie. Don't forget your pal Gladys now. You can come visit anytime.
I have enough to buy the Stellar Bay nav key, so let's do it.
Fantastic. Do be careful with it, dear, as these keys tend to be a tad hard to acquire. You should have a chat with Lilia Hagen in the Sublight offices. She's a dear. You'll love her. Now, was there anything else?
Thanks for your time.
Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me.
Good time to save. Okay. Let's try this one again, because I might be able to do it now.
Terrorism and anarchy. We'd best top off our ammo stock before we leave.
Area analysis is as follows. Significant dust and spore concentration. Vacuuming estimate. Calculating. Calculating.
Calculate.
You know what? One more save in case things go south. Okay. Hmm.
You're keeping your uniform clean.
Nah, I can't do this still. Actually, let me just see something to be funny. Nah, he just is. No disguise. Okay, was there anything else I could do up here? Oh, yeah, now that I have the key. Okay.
Rizzo's Purple Berry Fudge. A soft sour candy C&P Borsted Baked Beans. When you Borsted Baked Beans is the only one.
All right.
You weren't followed, were you? I hope not.
I mean, there are the two guys with me. I got a nav key to Stellar Bay. Is that job still up for grabs?
Sure is. Welcome aboard, contractor. One of my guys in Stellar Bay has a lead on some high-grade salvage, but he went dark before he could spill the goods. We arranged a drop at the Saltuna warehouse's loading dock. Find whatever he left there and take it to Fallbrook. My gal Catherine will be expecting you.
What's Sublight doing in Fallbrook?
A few of my contractors run flights in there and out again, working around the board embargo. We keep the community lubricated with a steady supply of booze and unconventional erotica. Byzantium kids with more money than sense can thank Sublight for their good time.
Which is to say, Byzantium kids. You know what, I'll do it. How unconventional asking for a friend.
One of my guys filmed a Raptidon grinding on an automech. Didn't end well for anyone, including the cameraman.
Okay then. What kind of salvage are we looking for?
When the board pulled out of Monarch, they buried or sealed anything they couldn't carry off-world. Apparently, one of Catherine's teams uncovered an abandoned lab with full tanks of Alta Vitae gas.
Excuse me. So I'm going after Alta Vitae gas. What exactly is that?
It's exactly 1 million bits per cubic meter. Before you get too excited, the only thing rarer than Alta Vitae gas is a reliable buyer. Dangerous stuff. Acid for the nuclein in your cells. It's no good to anyone outside of a lab.
Ah, yes, Alta Vitae. I knew someone who inhaled it by accident. I'd never seen anybody spontaneously combust before.
I see your friend here is the brains of the operation. Good. Every salvage crew needs one.
I'll take the job.
Now, get going. Catherine will brief you on the details when you check in with her at Fallbrook. One last thing. When you're on the job, keep a pair of eyes in the back of your head. Understood?
Anything else I should know about Monarch?
Few laws and even fewer people to enforce them. If you're working for the right side, it's a fucking paradise. You'll do fine. Probably nothing to worry about. Probably.
Which means there's probably
Well,
something to worry
that set
about.
me at ease.
Okay. Anything else I need to do here? I can't do this yet. Excuse me. Okay, I gotta go back to the ship. And talk to Ada.
Impeccable timing, Captain. I was about to watch the latest episode in Halcyon Helen's thrilling serial adventure. Welcome back, Captain. Now that you have acquired a nav key to Stellar Bay, would you like me to contact Dr. Wells?
Put him on screen.
Well done. You'll love Monarch. Exotic climate, violent native species, fascinating culture, really. You'll need to speak with Hiram Blythe. He's known as the information broker, and for good reason. If anyone knows where I can find those chemicals, it's Hiram. I need those chemicals to revive the Hope's colonists. They can help us fight back against the Board. They can help us set things right. If we don't put a stop to the Board, they're going to drive this colony toward a complete societal collapse. You'll see what I mean when you arrive on Monarch.
You sound like you've been to Monarch.
No, never. Monarch is a hotbed of political activity. I can't imagine why Hiram set up shop there. Cuisine, perhaps?
Where should I start?
You'll want to hire the services of a skilled guide. I recommend a hunter by the name of Nyoka. Frequents the drinking establishments of Stellar Bay. Very hard to miss. Once you have everything you need, make your way to Hiram Blythe's compound.
Now what? Questions.
Come see me in my lab. I'll answer any questions you have.
Alright, I'm off.
Best of luck. Everyone on the Hope is counting on you.
Okay, keep pushing on heavy weapons. So where we want to go is Monarch. And we want to go to, not Cascadia, but Stellar Bay.
We are now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain. No blockade is a match for my piloting skills.
We'll do Sam and the Vicar, sure. I just realized that we're bringing Sam and Max down to the planet. Anyone who was here last Friday would realize why that's funny. I don't know why I just stole that, but I did. Oh, wait, here we go.
Hey, hold on there. I gotta sign you in. I
Hi.
think I've seen you around. That means you must be new to Stellar Bay. You are new here, right?
Well, that is my ship on the landing pad right next to you.
I knew it. See, I made what you'd call a logical deduction. You must have seen those UDL gunships on your way in. There's only 3 of them these days. Still, they tend to scare folk off.
What are they doing out there?
You may not have heard, you being new, but Stellar Bay hardly ever gets off-road traffic. Us being cut off by the board and all. Which means I never get to do this part, but I've been practicing, so here goes. On behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries, welcome to Stellar Bay, home of the freshest sal tuna in Halcyon. Please state your name for the records.
Me, I'm Alex Hawthorne.
Swell. There's one for the logs. I'm even gonna give you your own entry code. I'm not supposed to do that. It's against procedure, but Mr. Sanjar isn't so strict about the rules here. Besides, I got a lot of empty entries to fill.
Stellar Bay really that isolated?
We don't get ship traffic in town. Only off-worlders who do make it out here are sublight. They got a base in Fallbrook. And thank the stars for them, or we would have run out of Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch years ago.
Here, not what I expected to find on Monarch.
Oh, that'll just make Mr. Sanjar's day if you tell him. The board makes up lots of nasty stories about raptidons and cannibals and whatnot. But that's all outside our walls. Mostly.
Mostly. You saying the board's been lying about this place?
Oh, sure. It makes Stellar Bay sound like a rotten place, but it's not so bad. Get a good breeze going, and the sulfur smell mostly covers up the fishy smell.
Ah, the nostalgic stench of home. Can't say I miss the day-to-day of living in Edgewater.
Anyway, Mr. Sanjar's got lots to say on that subject. Kinda goes over my head, though.
I was gonna say, I bet the things he has to say involves a lot of swearing. I'm gonna have a look around town.
Mr. Sanjar will be mighty pleased to meet you. If you see him over at headquarters, maybe you could tell him I did a bang-up job of welcoming you? Oh, and if you're headed that way, maybe you could do me a favor?
That depends. What is it?
I got this Rizzo's Rangers Tossball poster coming in on the next sublight shipment, signed by the Black Hole himself. Only I haven't heard anything in a while. You think you could check with Celia to see if it's come in?
Who's the Black Hole?
That's Bertie Holcomb. Only one of the greatest tossball hackers ever. Everyone's heard of him, even on Monarch. We still get some of the games. You been living in a sulfur pit or something?
Actually, I've been hibernating for decades.
You're real funny. Guess I don't feel so bad for missing what goes on in the rest of Stellar Bay.
Poster sounds pretty valuable.
Couldn't really say, I'm just a fan of the game. But the fancy collector types say the more people see these things, the less valuable they are. And I figure my poster's been passed around by more than a few people by now.
Okay, I can ask about the
Thanks
poster.
a bunch. Celia works for Mr. Sanjar in the MSI building next to the bar. She's always there, so you can't miss her.
Oh, here's the person I'm supposed to see.
And the little bastard's slippery, right? On account of its blood, so it's sliding all over the place, trying to crawl away. Getting so I can't tell the blood from the mud.
Let's see where this goes.
But I gotta get in there, get right in that baby rap's stomach and dig it out. If so much as a drop of stomach acid got on that medallion, I don't know what I'd do. Might be I'd hunt every damn wrapped out there. Right. What are you staring? Wait. You ain't from around here. Who are you?
Paul roll. Are you always drunk? This drunk?
Do you think this is drunk? I gotta, you need to get out more.
You're drunk.
Sit. Partake. Buy me a drink and let's chat.
I'm told you can get me to an information broker.
Well. Let's get down to brass nuts then, shall we? Wait, that ain't it. Brass rats? Let's Let's talk business. I'm headed back out there after I sober up. You want a guide sooner than that? You have to get me something to clear my head.
You're more awkward with words than I am, and I'm really awkward with words. Sure, what do you need?
Outstanding! Our dispensary here maintains a stock of, well, I don't rightly know what they are. Steroid or caffeine somethings? Pills. They're very good. I'm cut off for the month, on account of needing one just about every damn day. But I'm sure you've got your wily ways. Fetch me one and we'll be all set.
Steroid or caffeine somethings? You don't even know what you're taking.
I know they make me see straight for a little while. You gonna get me a dose or what?
You're drunk. Fine, let's get you high too. Alright, I'll be back.
Well, well. Isn't often we see new folk in Stellar Bay. First drink's on me, stranger.
Thanks.
Enjoy. If you plan on sitting through Nyoka's stories, you might could use a few.
I could use a few and telling them myself.
Now what can I do for you?
You know what? Let's do some trading first, because I bet I could. Let's sell the junk to get that out of there. And let's get everyone repaired real quick. All right, let's get her some pills.
Velma seem out of sorts to you? She's always cranky.
If Velma's capable of running the warehouse, she can certainly pick up her own caffeinoid.
Don't be so hard on her. With Brax missing, she's working doubles and needs a little edge.
Very well, dearie. But you stop by anytime you like, hmm?
Thanks, I'll keep that in mind.
Hello, dearie. Why, I don't believe I've seen you before. And with sweet cheeks like those, I'd remember.
I'm worried.
What can Auntie Abigail do for you?
Who's Velma?
She works over at the fishery next door. Quite the hard worker, but she's got a bit of a temper.
A temper?
Why, just the other day, I heard her shouting from here. I can't imagine what set her off. Oh, but here I go again, running my mouth when it's none of my business. Was there something else you needed?
I've been asked to pick up some medicine, some kind of caffeine or steroids.
Bless your little heart, you must mean caffeinoid. If it's pep you need, one pill does the deed. Now, dearie, who's this pickup for?
Actually, the pills are for me.
I'm so sorry, but with the iconoclasts and the marauder filth chasing away what little trade we get, I'm afraid I have to reserve my supply for Stellar Bay residents. Our reserves have gotten so low, I've even had to start locking the supply room upstairs. Isn't it a shame what some people will do to get a little extra?
Oh, that's just awful.
Isn't it just? I'd make an exception for you if I could, my little cherub. Is there anyone else needing a special pickup from Auntie Abigail?
I am going to deeply regret this, but I don't know, Auntie. You'll have to pry that secret from my sweet little cheeks.
Aren't you a saucy thing? I may not be a fresh young thing anymore, but with age comes experience, dearie.
The things I do for pills. Uh-huh. Why don't you show me a thing or two?
Much as I'd love to, my rheumatism is especially fierce at the moment, and I'm all out of my medicine. But I'd hate to send you away empty-handed. You were here for caffeinoid, weren't you? Who's it for?
It's for... Okay, we'll just come clean. It's for Nyoka.
Oh, her. It's none of my business, but I have told her Dr. Williams would bump up her monthly allotment if only she'd join MSI. Contribute like the rest of us. Now I've gone and said too much. And you know me, dearie. I don't like to pry.
Must be some way I can increase her allotment.
I'm afraid not. Dr. Williams managed the town's allotments from his terminal upstairs. Even I can't access them.
I'll try being nice first. I thought you were in charge around here. You sure ought to be.
Oh, you flatter an old woman. Me, I'm just here to be a pretty face for the customers. And to keep an extra key to the supply room for all the times Dr. Williams misplaced his.
Remind me, what supply room?
The one upstairs, where we store our medicines.
Okay, let's just go further through then. Enough sweet talk, get me caffeinoid or you're going to need a taste of your own medicine.
Well, this certainly isn't worth my good health. I'll get you a dose, but I'll have you know, I'm very disappointed in you. There, and good riddance. That's the last help you're getting from Abigail Edwards.
You're back. Good news? Bad news? All of the above?
I've got your magic pills. I had to flirt with and then terrorize an old lady to do it. Anyway, these things are dangerous, you know.
More or less dangerous than a steady supply of alcohol. Give it here. Whew, that hits the spot. Right in the, oh, no, there it is. There it is. Yes. We're in business. Let's go.
Welcome back. Glad to have you.
Great. Where to?
Let's find the information broker.
Oh, Hiram? I ain't checked in on that man in an age. He's running the giant radio tower we lovingly call Devil's Peak. We'll be going south and west, mostly along the road till we're past Fallbrook. Out there's a western slope that'll lead us through some fun. You like hunting, right? That's fun. If you're more of a spelunker, Rotting River will take you into the mountain caverns. We can discuss options when we get closer. That said, 3's already a crowd. I don't mind waiting somewhere until you got a spot open.
I'm going to send the Vicar back because I want to see how Sam works in a fight.
As long as you've got my back, I'll have yours. Welcome to the unreliable crew.
We're getting a lot of levels today. That's like, what, my third, fourth?
Sam's cleaning solvent has been known to cause cancer in laboratory sprats. Please stand clear when stream is engaged.
Huh? Okay then.
Okay, still boosting heavy weapons. Let's go ahead and get ourselves some extra carry capacity.
Could I get another advance, Mr. Nandi?
Just make sure it's properly logged.
I'll note it next to the others, sir. Greetings, and welcome to Monarch Stellar Industries, producers and purveyors of the finest salt tuna in Halcyon. What can I do for you today?
How's that exchange value? You having money trouble?
Not at all. Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays us well. I just spent most of my paycheck on Raptidon acid.
Do you normally blow your money on Raptidon parts?
Laws, no. Sometimes it's canid teeth, or mantis worm wings. Whatever Sebastian has in stock, really.
Why are you buying all this stuff?
So I can talk to him, of course. He doesn't get going about much else. Sort of the strong, silent type. Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up with his stuff. And some of the neighbors are complaining about the smell.
Just ask him on a date.
I couldn't. What if he says no?
Then it'd be over
Maybe
with.
You could ask him for me. I mean, a no would still be bad, but it won't be quite as embarrassing if you ask. Oh, Mr. Nandi's doing that thing where he breathes through his nose real slowly. I'd better get back to work.
And I'm curious, what do you see in
He
Sebastian?
doesn't talk much, but he's got this quiet intensity, you know? Like there's stuff going on inside his head that you have no idea about. Plus, he's got great legs. It's hard to find a man who doesn't skimp on lower body exercises.
You really want to be with someone you can't talk to?
You think that's what I'm looking for? You're funny.
There are other fish in the sea.
Not in Stellar Bay. Everyone else who isn't taken either smells like salt tuna or they're my boss. Besides, a man with a good smile and a proportionate upper to lower body ratio isn't something to pass up.
That's all I need to know.
Sorry, sometimes I get carried away.
I'll talk to you later. Which is to say, I will talk to you immediately.
Did you talk to Sebastian yet? What did he say?
Grim asked me to check with you about his tossball poster.
You know, sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man, because I told him to stop bothering me about it a week ago. I still don't know anything about it, but if you want to help him, Velma's the one to ask. She's in the warehouse. But I'll warn you, Grim wore her patience thin a long time ago.
I got 100 intimidate. It's cool. Thanks, I'll do that. Hi, buddy.
Well, new business turns up at last. Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit?
That you did, sir.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
You've often posed these very questions.
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me.
It's very generous of you.
Celia, will you make a note of that for my self-review? Very generous.
Noted.
But not so generous I can't drive a good bargain. Now, who sent you? Rizzo's, perhaps? Or Auntie Cleo herself?
I'm just looking for the information broker.
Out at Devil's Peak? If you're headed that far, I see you've brought the right woman for the job.
Damn right.
But if you're here for him, I suppose that means you aren't here for Saltuna.
I also kind of love that whatever the hell I'm doing, that with all these shady people I'm dealing with, I can pretty much ask anyone. They're like, "Oh yeah, local crime boss. He's just down the street. Have fun." Hey, it could always be both.
Now, there's no need to humor me. I'm used to this particular letdown. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board.
If you free the other corpse, why would you want to bring him back?
Surviving alone isn't as easy as it looks. Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now.
So-called is right. We've got our hazards, but we're still here, damn it. The board took off without so much as a thought for the folks left behind.
Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious.
Sounds like you're freer than anyone else in Halcyon. Why not embrace it?
You talk like Graham.
Freedom always sounds nice, doesn't it? It makes a rather pretty slogan. But if you sit down and tally up the costs, how you provide for yourself in the absence of aid, how you protect yourself from a hostile galaxy, it starts to lose its shine.
So what do you mean to do about it?
Well, Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
A lot of good that'll do. They'll just find another reason to turn tail and abandon you.
Not if we secure the proper safeguards first.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
Okay, enough preamble. What's the plan?
It's a two-pronged approach. The first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended.
Fine, but how do you mean to do that?
With a Bolt 52 cartridge, of course. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive and secure cities in Halcyon.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
Bolt 52 sounds useful. What is it?
Why, one of the strongest defenses in Halcyon. An extremely powerful ordnance.
Sorry, was drinking there. Where do I find one?
In the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in. These days it's overrun with marauders and raptidons.
I guess I'll go get your Bolt 52.
Be careful. I've lost more than a few people to marauders and raptidons out there. Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
Copy the data. Got it. Before I go, I need to ask you about something. Oh, what the hell. I'll put in a word for Grim.
I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff?
He did a bang-up job.
Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do for you?
I have questions about MSI in the good old days.
Good that I keep such meticulous notes.
How did MSI get kicked off the board in the first place?
I've asked myself the same thing many times, especially seeing as the legal mechanisms we employed were part of the board's own bylaws.
This is why you can't trust corporations and their so-called laws.
It's true, the board has treated us unfairly, but I'd always envisioned that things could be different. For many years, this planet was home to as many corporations as Terra 2, but back then it was known as Terra 1.
Terra 1 and Terra 2? I see board put their best people on that one.
Really? I always thought they were refreshingly straightforward names. After all, the whole point of terraforming was to make them Earth-like.
Here, though, the results were mixed.
That ain't fair. They didn't leave on account of the hazards. They left on account of their cowardice. The hazards just gave them a reason to put to paper.
Sharp as ever, Nyoka. And as the other corporations began to tally their losses, they decided to pull out.
But not MSI, right?
Our leadership at the time certainly wanted to. But there were others of us who saw an opportunity. The chance to improve working hours and conditions, to reform MSI from the ground up.
How forward thinking of you.
It's humane, but it's also good business sense. Exhausted, sick, and malnourished workers are not productive workers. Even a cursory review of the data bears that out. Anyway, we learned of a loophole in the corporate bylaws that would allow MSI to claim ownership of the entire planet once the other corporations pulled out, creating the perfect environment for us to enact these new reforms.
Using the board's own tools against them. Clever.
That's what I thought. But the senior executives laughed in our faces and insisted we'd be relocating to Terra 2 along with everyone else.
Yet here you are.
Yes, some of us stayed behind, and as the most senior executive remaining, I ended up in charge of what was left of MSI. I moved forward with our planned reforms, as well as our strategy to assume ownership of the planet. Yet not long after I renamed it Monarch, the other corporations dislodged us from the board and began an official campaign to paint us as lawless savages.
Well, why would they do that?
I don't know. Everything we did was legal and above board. We followed their rules, and yet they still found reasons to declare us outlaws. I do think there's something useful in a governing body like the board. Something that keeps us from anarchy, but I dearly wish it functioned differently.
Why exactly do you want back on the board?
Why wouldn't anyone? They own nearly all the resources and infrastructure in Halcyon.
Yeah, that'd go a long way toward rebuilding our homes.
To be on the board is to be part of the colonial community, and being cut off means slow strangulation.
They treated you pretty roughly. Is it worth going back to that?
I'm not a man to put pride before progress. If membership on the board can ease our hardships and provide us with opportunities, then that's the path I mean to pursue. Besides, I'm hopeful that additional leverage on our part will allow us a more equitable relationship.
Leverage?
Don't get ahead of yourself, sir.
Yes, it'll be easier to explain once we have the Bolt 52. My hope is to maintain the reforms we've managed here, and who knows? Perhaps once we're restored, we could spread them to other corporations.
This is interesting. Back in Edgewater, we were basically looking at Reed was basically a full-on corp goon, and the opposition was very, very anti-corp. Sanjar here seems to think maybe we could fix things. Anyway, what's the hazard clause?
Straight bullshit is what it is. A fabrication rich folks use to preserve their investments by leaving a lot of people here to die slow.
Nyoka has the right of it. It's a legal provision that gives the board the authority to cordon off any planet or location that it deems dangerous. For the greater good. Allegedly.
You sound skeptical.
Monarch may be dangerous, but it's hardly the wasteland the board describes it to be. Whatever the board's goals, the greater good has little part in them.
You don't seem to think much of Graham.
He and his followers call themselves the Iconoclasts. Lawless anarchists, all of them. If anyone on Monarch deserves the reputation the board's pinned on us, it's them.
Yeah, strong feelings on the matter.
I'm trying to build something here. They only want to destroy things, and they risk ruining Monarch for all of us. It isn't just that they drain our people and resources. Every radical act they commit cements Halcyon's image of us all as destructive rebels, and pushes us further from the rest of the colony. He's lucky the board doesn't take him seriously enough to keep more than a few UDL gunships patrolling Monarch.
An Earth Directorate assault cruiser would change his tune. It's almost a shame we haven't seen one around Monarch in a long while.
I want to talk about something else. So, it sounds like he wants back on the board to try and start reforming it from within, which helping him could prove interesting. This terminal is only to be used for official communication on behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries. Saltuna of the Deep, it's like music for the soul. Summary report on the conditions within Stellar Bay. Productivity has continued to improve since relaxing MSI's old restrictions, making allowances for employee benefits such as time off for illness and personal leave. 24.9% reduction in shift length and 52.3% more positive feedback. Fishery output is up 15.2% this year, showing a continuing which slowing growth trend. Decreased gains compared to previous years are likely due to deterioration of materials and morale, occasional shortfalls in our supplies, and a gradual loss of personnel to marauders, 7.2%, hostile wildlife, 10.3%, and iconoclast recruitment, 17.4%. Reconciliation with the board remains a long-term goal, but the immediate concern is defending the city from hostile elements. Repairing damage to city walls consumes approximately 32.8% of our annual budget. The best solution would be an influx of skilled defenders and weaponry, but given the aforementioned factors and their effects on the local population, such a solution remains unlikely. Working slogans. MSI, our profit margins are stellar. Ouch. MSI Saltuna, 43.28% more nutrient dense than the leading brands. Stellar Bay, a tolerable center of commerce in a hostile and chaotic galaxy. Let's see. Oh, hey! Looks like we're ready to start one of the DLCs. Not now, though, but next time I'm ready to go to space, I'll consider... No, wait, I think you have to be like level 30 or something to do that. You know what? I'm going to make him a threat generator because I'm betting he's really durable. And we'll give him the extra armor. That's a very powerful machine gun. Let's get some extra lying. And some extra range damage for that machine gun.
Help! Someone's been killed!
Hmm? Oh, must be you.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Pull yourself together. Tell me what happened.
I clean the apartments while everyone's at work. I've seen all sorts of messes, but this... If you're going into the apartments, do not go into the lower one on the right. That's where the body is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go contemplate a hot shower.
Lower one on the right. Got it.
Even Stellar Bay ain't safe these days. What's the world coming to?
Body bag dispenser empty. Please replace sack reel before disposing of any corpses.
Why would a cleaning droid be capable of body removal? This betting slip lists increasingly bold wagers made for a team called mostly Colonist. It's from left field tossball betting. Stainless Steel Rat. Huh. I heard of that book series, never got to read it. We're not done searching yet. Several ragged outfits, all the same cut and color, were stuffed into the suitcase. Seems we're done. Okay, I see it now. That's left field, so...
Ooh, you're the new face. Wow, you must be up on all the latest tossball games. So who do you follow? Wait, don't tell me. You look like a Hammersmith Thunder fan. No, Glacial Age Mammoths.
I play for Antique Leo's Darlings. Don't you recognize me?
I'd heard they'd gotten a new hacker. Is that why everyone's making such a fuss about you? But what are you doing on Monarch?
It's part of a goodwill tour of Halcyon. We're meeting our fans across the colony.
Maybe we're not so isolated as I thought. So, what can I do for you?
Found this betting slip in a dead man's apartment. Any idea what might have happened to him?
Poor Isaac. I was wondering why I hadn't seen him in a few days. I'd really like to help. Isaac was a sweet fellow, even if he did have terrible teeth.
Huh? What does his teeth have to do with anything?
They were pretty distinct. Monarch doesn't exactly have a thriving dental industry, and Isaac seemed to get stuck in all sorts of bad habits, dietary and otherwise.
Sometimes he'd drink purpleberry punch by the liter. Other times he'd keep betting on a losing team. Started owing the wrong people money.
So, what do you owe?
I don't
Who do you
know
owe?
for sure, but I saw Elijah and his buddies pushing Isaac around. They're hooligans from Fallbrook. They sweep into town, drop supplies off behind the warehouse, and spend the rest of their stay getting rowdy over tossball games. They usually loiter in the alley behind the yacht club. They're not allowed in the bar anymore. I bet you anything Isaac ran into trouble with one of them.
Thanks for the tip.
Mr. Sanjar will be pleased to hear about it when you're done. I know he gets fed up with the Fallbrook bullies, but there's not much he can do.
Okay.
Smells like wrapped in here.
Oh, it does work.
What are the chances of all the times and places we could have been born?
Yeah.
We're here, light years from Earth, going about our lives.
Every time the punch clock peels, the worker...
Wrapped musk and painted eyes, right here.
Sir, please, I need your help. I can pay.
Okay.
Oh, thank you for stopping. Everyone acts like nothing's wrong, like my little boy isn't at risk of being eaten by some vile creature. Please, you have to help me get my little Tucker back. He ran away and is going to get himself killed. Oh, I just know a raptidon is melting him with acid as we speak.
Calm down. Deep breath. Tell me what happened.
Don't you tell me to calm down. I promised my boy I'd protect him for always. But how can I keep him safe if he's run away? He ran out into the wilderness a few days ago. I warned him about the raptidons, mantisaurs, and marauders, the toxic sulfur pools, and poisonous plants, but he didn't listen. Please, won't you go and find my boy?
Why would Tucker run away?
He's been pining for an adventure. Says he's tired of living cooped up behind the walls. But he doesn't understand how dangerous it is out there. I warned him. A raptidon would snap him up first chance it got. I just know one's ripped his arm off and is gnawing on his sweet little fingers. He should have listened to his mama. I promised I'd keep him safe here with me.
Where would he have gone?
He's been listening to those awful broadcasts that the iconoclasts put out. I begged Sanjar to put a stop to them, but did he? No! And now I just know my boy's run off to Amber Heights. That is, if a manta queen hasn't spooled out and eaten his entrails for breakfast already.
If a queen got to him, he died quick. Ought to be thankful for that. Most aren't so lucky.
Oh, where's my fainting chair? I can't take this.
Really helping, Yoko. What were you saying about the iconoclasts?
Those low-life degenerates, leading innocent boys into a life of danger. Oh, they make it sound so exciting. Like it's noble to risk it all out there, fighting for the greater good. How noble is it to worry your loved ones? Not at all, I say. But still they preach their sermons of anarchy and rebellion to anyone who'll listen. If they weren't holed up in Amber Heights, I'd knock them all upside the head.
Where's Amber Heights?
That old settlement, southwest of Stellar Bay. I don't know which is worse, the thought of my son shacking up with the nutty iconoclasts, or that he never made it. Sprats could be nesting in his rotting body alongside the road as we speak. Or maybe marauders got him, pulled all his teeth out, crushed him into their drugs and made him snort them. Oh, the things that could happen to my sweet baby.
I'll help you find your son.
Thank you. Oh, I know he'll be safe now that someone's able to fetch him home. You look for him in Amber Heights, you hear? It's down the road southwest of town. I'm sure he made it that far. I just know it. And if you find any of them iconoclasts indoctrinating my boy, you punch them in the mouths.
tell them what I think of them luring little boys away from their mamas. It's immoral.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that Tucker is at least a full-grown adult. I also wouldn't be surprised if he went to the iconoclast simply to get away from her. We'll see.
Join me for a second, will you?
Okay.
Hey, got a favor to ask you. Figure while we're out here in the wilderness anyhow, we might stop in on an old friend of mine. Preferably before we get to Hiram's. It's on the way, don't worry. You don't seem the type to run off and get yourself killed, and I could use the help.
Thanks for the compliment. I think.
I'll be upfront with you. I hate asking for help. I hate it. Every time I give someone the opportunity to disappoint me, they seem to make it their most immediate goal. But this, what I'm thinking, it's dangerous.
What kind of danger are we talking about here?
Nothing we can't handle.
All right, let's hear it.
I used to run with a band of hunters. Friends. 6 of us. We were on Monarch when the corporations pulled out, and we helped a lot of people pick up the pieces. I haven't seen 2 of them in years, and the rest I know to be dead. I'd like to gather their effects and bury them all in the same places, like the family we once were.
What do you need to do?
First, we go to Hayes. I buried him a ways from our encampment. I need to pay my respects. I'll show you where he rests. He had a medallion in his effects. That's what I'll bring home to Barry.
After that?
Then we find my 2 lost trackers and bring them home. A long time ago, we built an encampment in one of Monarch's cave systems. Trouble is, a Mantiqueen showed up and kicked us all out. If we can find Rebecca and Anders, they'll know how to lure her out. Then, we kill the bitch and bury everyone's medallions together.
Sounds fun. Let's go.
Thanks, Cap. Good old Stellar Bay. Only place on the planet that don't stink of sulfur. On account of it stinking like fish instead. Right. Here's the road. Follow it south.
Looks like I had more to do in here.
Who the fuck are you? This ain't your alley.
Hey, what are you doing here? This is our secret alley. Berta already pissed by those crates to market.
Oh, we're dealing with some great people here. I know you murdered Isaac.
Listen, that purple-toothed twerp had it coming. Not that anyone has proof. And not that it's any of your business.
I'm making it my business.
Oh yeah? What are you saying exactly?
You bully people long enough. You know what's good for you? You'll clear out and never come back.
Wow. Most of the pencil pushers around here cave as soon as you look at them funny. Fine, we're going. This ain't worth it.
apartment's air purity sensors are indicating a lethal level of inebriation emanating from a nearby organic source.
Please, you think this is bad? You ought to get your sensors recal. You ain't seen me drunk.
Litter collected. Reminder. Please dispose of all empty bottles in the appropriate waste receptacle, as outlined by Ordinance P51 of the Board Certified Subboard of Health.
I'll dispose of you in an appropriate waste receptacle if you don't stop nagging.
The robot is a smartass.
Well, I see you've had a sobering effect on our friend Nyoka.
Sir, please stop.
Forgive me, Celia. I couldn't help myself. Anyway, what can I do for you?
Isaac Rose is dead. I found the people who killed him.
But that's terrible. What happened?
It was Elijah and his hooligan friends. I ran him out of town.
I'm glad to hear you've dealt with them. They've been causing quite a bit of trouble around town. I've been consumed with other matters of late, but I would have dealt with them eventually.
If you say so.
It really was on my to-do list. Still, your intervention in the matter is much appreciated. Please consider this payment for your services.
I gotta go. I think about it. We still got a couple things to sort out around town before we go wandering too far off.
Hey, Velma, I got your caffeinoid pills.
You're a lifesaver. Hope Abigail didn't give you a hard time.
Just the usual. Any word on Braxton?
Nothing. Don't know how much longer I can cover for him either. Give me those pills, will you?
Here you go. You know, you might consider a real night's sleep instead.
Look, you can tell Catherine the new shipment will be ready when it's ready, all right? She's welcome to come up here and pack boxes herself if she's in such a hurry.
Catherine said she'd shove you in a box if you keep running your app like that.
Did she now? Well, I can see I was mistaken. Because if Catherine really had sent you, there'd be a lot more expletives in your message. I hope you can forgive my temper. This job has been running me ragged lately. First, my autoloader foreman stages a walkout, and now my chief pescatological health manager is missing.
Your chief what?
Braxton. He's in charge of getting the fish fat, but also making sure they don't get too many tumors. He's a real wizard with pharmaceuticals, but he has creative notions of working hours. Comes with living in a free colony, I guess.
Fish tumor. I mean, they eat pig tumors here, so I guess that's just kind of a given. Don't you have rules about that sort of thing?
We're not keen on rules for rules' sake around here. Means Braxton skips work sometimes, but it also means no company boss is telling me when I can take a shit. Since you don't seem to be constrained yourself, maybe you could check up on him. He lives in the apartments. Tell him Velma said to get his lazy ass down here, or she might start noticing those extra jugs he's been taking from supply. Something else on your mind?
What's this about your foreman?
Caleb Herrick runs the autoloader operators. He thinks I don't pay them enough for flipping switches and turning dials. He and his whole crew walked out. Say they won't come back unless I pay them more.
Why don't you just pay him more?
Because we've got a budget, all right? And in case you haven't noticed, MSI doesn't exactly have a lot of spare bits on hand.
I can talk to Caleb for you.
You mind slapping him around a little while you're at it? I'm joking. Mostly. Unless you can do it without hurting his job performance. If you can find a way to get him back to work, I'll make it worth your while. Check the yacht club. He's usually there.
Said Braxton had been stealing drugs.
Stealing's such a nasty word. Let's call it skimming. And yeah, let's just say I've noticed the stereobiotics we use for the fish would get used a little faster on Braxton's shifts.
Why didn't you turn them in?
We're not like those corporate towns where you get fined for sleeping on the wrong side of the bed. Besides, the Spacer's Choice stuff we use is cheap enough. And Braxton knows how to get the salt tuna, fat and mostly tumor-free.
Mostly. Who was this Catherine you mentioned when I first came in here?
Sublight boss out of Fallbrook. Handles most goods that come in or out of Stellar Bay. Has a mouth like a ground six spacer.
I'm here to ask about Grimm's poster.
This again? I swear, this is the last time I contract for any special requests. You can tell Grimm his poster came in. You can also tell him I got a better offer for it. So now it's going to Nell. That about cover it?
Who's Nell?
She runs the betting parlor across the way. Nice professional lady. She asked me about the poster once. Just once. Made a real generous offer, too.
She does sound easier to
I
deal
don't
with.
have time for Grimm, even when I'm not working doubles.
Just giving the poster away? Didn't he pay for it?
No. I paid Sublight for it. So, it's mine. And when Nell pays me for it, it'll be hers. Grimm may have asked for the poster, but it's not his until I take his money.
Early we can work something out.
Sure can. If you want to pay me more than Nell's offering.
Work with me. I'm helping you find Braxton, aren't I?
Sure. And once you finish helping me, then we can talk about the poster.
Let's talk about something else.
Fine by me.
We'll handle that later. Let's go to the apartment.
I hear those rich people in Byzantium pay a handsome bit for rat musk.
Bet they also pay to make it stink less.
Supposedly, it makes you more attractive.
Whatever you do, you'll never hear the end of it.
You know, I haven't seen... You startled me. Don't sneak up on a person like that, huh?
I'm looking for Braxton. Have you seen him?
Braxton. I've never even heard of a Braxton. Got nothing for you, sorry.
Relax. No one's in trouble. I'm just looking to have a friendly chat with him.
Oh, in that case, he told me he was delivering to this house in the ruins south of town. Whole family had fallen sick and he had some meds on hand. So maybe look for him there?
That's all I needed.
I'll be straight with you. Folk who disappear in the wilderness generally aren't able to come back. Don't get your hopes up.
And you a bundle of sunshine.
Here to catch a game? I'm afraid the transmission's still pretty bad. What can I do for you?
Velma tells me you outbid Grim for a signed tossball poster.
Signed by the Black Hole himself. There's no way I could pass that up. Why, did you want to see it? I don't have it yet. I'm waiting on a few customers to pay up before I can give Velma the bits.
It's really brave of you to outbid Sanjo's best friend.
You mean dopey landing pad Grim? I didn't know he and Mr. Nandi were friends. I guess that changes things. Fine. Tell Velma that I don't want the poster anymore. I'll find something else to hang in my shop.
Said you're having trouble receiving the tossball game transmissions?
Graham's always filling the airwaves with his propaganda. Like it's done him any good. All it means is the tossball games get to us in fragments. Makes them real hard to watch.
That's all for now.
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but I'm up to my elbows in salt tuna guts.
Who spat in your spirits, Velma?
You notice my mood? I'm surprised you can see straight today.
I could be seeing triple and I'd still think you're being unkind. I just might find it funnier.
Will you try wrangling half a ton of dead fish with decades-old equipment and see what it does for your disposition? Anyway, what do you folks need?
You can come to an arrangement on the poster.
Sure can. If you want to pay me more than Nell's offering.
Nell's no longer interested in the poster.
That's a surprise. Tossball being part of her business and all. Take the poster then. And if I never hear another word about it, it'll be too soon. Something else on your mind?
I'll talk to you later. Just occurred to me that armor makes him look surprisingly like a vault dweller.
Have you had time to check on that poster yet? I keep wondering if it's come in.
Here it is.
Would you look at that? The Rizzo's logo is nice and bright, and you can still smell the ink on Mr. Holcomb's signature. I can't thank you enough. Still, you can have the bits I was going to spend at the bar this week. And you know what? Take my old tossball blocker too. Never get the chance to use it these days.
Detecting unclean, sulfuric-steeped presence within the immediate vicinity. Again.
Live on Monarch a few years, and it gets under your skin, in your blood, you breathe it, taste it in everything you eat.
Replacement of faulty parts. Recommended.
Okay. You know what? Let's make a manual save. Looks like we're finished on town and ready to set out, but it's like almost 10:50. And this feels like a good spot to stop. Plus, I am a teeny bit out of it tonight, kind of tired. So I think I'm going to call it a little early tonight. I'll be back to this game Wednesday. Meanwhile, let's find somebody to raid. Let's see, we got anyone doing something interesting? Interesting down here. Who's doing what right now? Oh, hey, the Renaissance is playing the original Secret of Monkey Island. That sounds like a good one. That's classic. So let's go say hi. And again, I'll see everyone Thursday continue this game. There we go. Raid's ready. See you later.